So, welcome back everyone. Yep, that is of course right. Today is of course the final quest review of Skyrim. So, almost 4 years ago, I began reviewing every quest in Skyrim. Almost 4 years after, well, we finally hit the last one. Now of course, that is the Ebony Warrior. So this was introduced with the Dragonborn DLC, and when the player hits level 80, they will of course be challenged by a mysterious man simply known as the Ebony Warrior. Well, so how good is this quest? Is it worth doing? Is it difficult? Well, the answer really depends on, the viewer. In order to get this quest, you of course have to be level 80 and obviously complete the prologue. Because, it's literally required. Like, that's how the game starts. But of course, once that's done, you can of course start your grind to level 80. And pretty much that is just, doing whatever it takes to get to level 80. Personally, I always do this as the final thing in the game. So I pretty much have everything else done in the game before I do this quest. And I often make sure I'm very prepared to fight him. The quest is not too difficult, on paper. It's just a one-on-one fight with the Ebony Warrior. But in execution, it's definitely among one of the more difficult fights in the game, especially on the harder difficulties. I recently did this up on my channel, and I had to restart quite a few times and eventually lowered the difficulty to novice, I think. It was definitely difficult. So what makes the Ebony Warrior difficult? Well, it's just the fact that he has a lot of attributes. He has a plus 50% resistance to frost, fire, and magic. He regenerates health by 40% and has a weapon that absorbs health and actually has a one-handed boost of 75%. And two shouts, at least ones I know of, that of course being Unrelenting Force and of course Disarm. These of course make the fight quite a bit more difficult because he will use them, and these can easily end a run. I normally do a companion on this one, but I want to face him one-on-one and get the true challenge. Of course, it also depends on the difficulty that you're playing on. So, honestly, with the quest, you're just pretty much fighting him. That's really it. He challenges you to a fight so he can go to Sovngarde, and that's frankly really it, to be honest. The fight itself can be difficult depending on the difficulty, but as long as you adequately prepare yourself, the fight shouldn't be too tedious. I would just definitely recommend that you make sure you have a good build, or make your build as flawless as you can before fighting him. So, the question is it worth it? And how good was this? Well, I think this was one of the best quests in the game, and I definitely think it's worth doing. Well, you have to get to level 80, and while there's no achievement for doing this one, I definitely think being able to defeat him is an achievement by itself. It feels like the game rewards you for doing everything there is to do in the game, because by the time you're level 80, you would have already been able to get all the quests done and basically do everything that the game has to offer. And Bethesda including one last boss that challenges you after you defeat a legendary dragon, which spawns at level 78, really just feels like they wanted to challenge the player once again, which I appreciate, and I definitely recommend for anyone who hasn't done this quest yet that they really should. It's probably one of the best in the game, and is one of the coolest boss fights in the game, and frankly, honestly, was one of the best memories I've ever had with Skyrim. But that's all I really have to say about this one. There's the question about future Skyrim content, and I will obviously still be covering Skyrim. Like, as of now, I plan to do maybe a theories video and I plan to do a top 5 interesting dungeons. I feel like this will replace the dungeon lore videos that I wanted to do, simply because, well, in retrospect, a lot of them kind of got covered with the quest reviews, and two, I kind of want to distance myself from them and not make it seem like I'm trying to recapture the essence of those videos, because honestly, with this channel, I always want to do something new and not rely on past content. But that's really all I have for today. So of course, as always, thank you for watching. We highly appreciate it. And I will of course see you all next time with future Grand Theft Auto and Call of Duty playthroughs. So, see ya.